It is the battle of the Big Reds, Oklahoma at Nebraska, and this is your preview brought to you by Tyson Anytizers. Good to see you. As always, I'm Lauren Shehadi, our college football columnist Dennis Dodd, joining us to talk about the matchup. Dennis, when you look on CBSSports.com and you read the preview, it doesn't say much about this game. It's all about the rivalry.
Yeah, that's what it's been lately. It hasn't really been a big game since 2001 when Nebraska knocked off then #1 Oklahoma. You have to remember, they only play twice every 4 years in that Big 12 rotation. And this used to be one of the best rivalries in the country. Obviously, Nebraska's down. Oklahoma's down this year. They played last year in Oklahoma, and Oklahoma rolled them. So it's more of what it used to be than what it is now. Everybody remembers the game of the century in 1971. It's been a long, long time since this game had a real meaning.
Does Nebraska have to win to keep their Big 12 championship hopes alive, or is there still time?
Well, let's put it this way. It would give them a huge leg up if they could beat Oklahoma. But the teams they have to concentrate on are the teams within the division. They still have Kansas left. They still have Kansas State left, which now leads the division. So if they beat those two teams, I think they still have a shot. As I've said all along the last month or so, whoever gets to 4 first, I think, has an advantage. I'm talking about 4 victories within that division, because then it just is a matter of what 4 you won to break any ties. Because I don't know if there's a team out there capable in the Big 12 North of winning 5. Nebraska's currently 2-2 in the division. They still have 4 conference games left. If they can get to 4, that'd be huge. Beating Oklahoma, getting to 3 would be unbelievable.
Well, the nation's best defensive lineman and Ndamukong Suh against Oklahoma's suspect offensive line. Let's talk X's and O's. How do they match up?
Well, and Ndamukong Suh has basically dominated every offensive line he's played against. The thing he has going for him, and I talked to him earlier this year, is he lines up head-to-head with the guard or the center, whoever he's in. He's not shooting gaps, so that makes it easier for teams to double team him. If he can defeat the guy in front of him, he's so quick that he can get through to the ball carrier or the running back pretty quick. And so that's how they like to use him. He can defeat one man instead of 2. If not, they're going to have to put somebody behind him to chip him once he gets through. And you don't usually do that with a defensive tackle. So he is the most effective defensive lineman in the country.
An interesting season in Norman. Dennis. Sam Bradford injured. Landry Jones, do you know much about him? What do you think so far? Has he impressed you so far?
You know what? He's kind of settled down. Oklahoma sent out a note this week that noted him, that showed he had 17 touchdown passes. That's the most of any freshman quarterback in the country. And I think if we paid attention at all of this team this year, you wouldn't think that, because he's not really a playmaker. He's okay. He won't get you beat. More steady. I think he'll be better in the future next year. But 17 touchdowns at this point in the season is pretty impressive. And the fact that he hasn't been responsible for any of these losses, again, but he hasn't stepped up to beat any of these teams they've lost to, I think says something. I mean, he's been an okay replacement for Sam Bradford.
Well, he's still young. There is still time. Oklahoma allowing just about 12 points per game. How does Nebraska put points up on the board this weekend?
Well, it's going to be hard. Nebraska changed quarterbacks last week. Cody Green came in and played okay against Baylor. They won 20-10. Certainly not a difference maker. He's really going to have a hard time making plays against that very active defensive front of Oklahoma. Jeremy Beal and Gerald McCoy, 2 possible All-Americans in that defensive line, and they still don't have a go-to tailback. And their receivers, I think, as we saw in the Iowa State game a couple of weeks ago, or to say they're average would be a huge compliment. So it's going to be hard. I think the best thing Nebraska has going for them is that sellout crowd, the 300-something, whatever, straight sellout crowd. It's a home game.
And you can bet they will be there. It is a historic rivalry, Oklahoma-Nebraska, 8 o'clock on Saturday. Thank you for watching the preview, brought to you by Tyson Anytizers, the meaty good man snack. We'll talk to you later.